Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero. Welcome back to another Pro 1v1 match. Today we're on a beautiful map, and excellently designed map by TK Leo. This map is called Forest of Camelot. It was actually a map made for Xgal, I believe, and that's why we have an E over here. Down in the south we have the purple GLA Tox. This is GC Tumstep. A very formidable player at the minute. He's pretty much positive against everyone in Zero except 3 people, which I believe are like the top 3 players. Which Xgal, Vivid, Marikar, I think. Up at the top right, we have the Cyan player with the USA Vanilla. This is GC StaZzz. So yeah, same clan. From the same part of the world. And we have a dozer rush straight through the middle, trying to run over Tumstep's worker. There is a terrorist on the way. Will he catch the dozer? I don't think so. There's a V coming out now as well. Barracks built by StaZzz. StaZzz likes to usually go for a dozer drop, run over some workers, and then come in with the V, but actually playing it differently this time. V also headed over to the left-hand side. I don't know if it's going to be in time, to be honest, to stop that worker. Oh, it's going to be close. Going to be very close. Insanely close. It would have got to like 102, 103%. So yeah, if it had been like a second earlier, he probably would have got it. Looks like a TNT coming in for Tumstep. Does not achieve its goal though. Tech RPG here as well, and there's the minimal damage. Tech RPG now going for the dozer. There is a rebel inside of here as well. Nice micro from both sides so far. Probably more so from StaZzz, losing very little, to be honest. That was the first unit I think he's lost, or the first valuable unit, which is that V. So I think so far so good there for StaZzz. However, if the game does proceed to go very late game, then yeah, when the palace is up and the buggies are out, then it becomes very difficult to do anything on this map against yeah, with the USA against the Tox. So StaZzz will be wanting to end it kind of mid-game, not letting it go late. Another 2 technicals coming in. If it's got even 1 RPG inside of there, that dozer's going down. Dozer does get picked off. And that's nice from Tumstep, to be honest, because now that leaves StaZzz a little bit scared to leave his base. Because not only will he get hunted because he's not done any kind of a box at all, but also that left side is wide open. He is going to try and finish that fire base, and let's also push out to the left. Tumstep grabs himself this bunker, but does that leave him enough units inside of the technicals? Should StaZzz just ignore this and go straight to the base? StaZzz seems to push in. Tumstep's gone back inside of the bunker. Almost kills a V. Tumstep now with a second arms dealer, although it is a fake. CC now being built by StaZzz. But this is kind of out in the open, you know. Tech RPG here from where Tumstep has been primarily attacking from, and that dozer is done for. Bunch of technicals now entering on the right hand side. I think he's just trying to keep StaZzz busy whilst he maybe gets his oils, which he is doing, to be fair. Okay, StaZzz with a big attack here on those RPGs. Did get all the RPGs, only losing 1 V. Yeah, that's kind of good for StaZzz there, to be honest. I thought he would lose a bunch, like 2 or 3. Turns out he only lost 1. And CC is now going to be up. So you can use that to scan now and place drones so you can see better where to attack. That ambulance needs put in near this V, though, so it can heal. Yeah, StaZzz doing so far very, very nicely. He could bring a ranger over here. He's already thought of it. Yeah, both players seem to be fully on the ball. There's a lot of technicals here. And they're getting insanely close to these Vs. One V is picked off before Tumstep now goes back a little tiny bit. He's got so many RPGs inside of here as well. Picks off the ambulance and denies the oil cap. Yeah, Tumstep is really on it. I think he's a player to watch out for, to be honest. Like in the next World Series, in any future 1v1 tournaments and challenges and stuff like that. Yeah, in my opinion, he's becoming very, very strong. Bunch of technicals now straight down the middle of the map, but the Vs are on the move. StaZzz seemingly doesn't care though at the minute. Search and destroy is now deployed. Technicals turn around and might go into the base, but there's a lot of missile defenders here. Can laser lock these, but StaZzz just doesn't care for the time being. Or maybe he does care, but he just wants to go more so for the base. He does not want this to go late, like I said before. Tentacles are slowly being chipped away, but that search and destroy is now dead. But then Vs can still enter here. Still cause some problems. The main supply is going to be killed at an annoying point. It's barely worth rebuilding that. You'll have to long distance collect now to get the rest of the supplies there. Technicals coming in from the side. You could just kind of chill out in this position. Technicals coming in, but it's kind of a bad engage there for Tumstep. That might be a TNT though. Ooh, yes. Very nice there from Tumstep. It's hard to detonate them straight away. And he did get 2 Vs for it, which really does change things here. Because now if a Jarman comes out on one buggy, this is going to be... this is probably going to be scared away. Got a Vet 3V here that picked up the pilot. There's a Scorpion out for Tumstep, which is clearly a mistake, I think. Which shows how much under pressure Tumstep has been. You start building random units that you didn't mean to make. There's no reason why you would really make a Scorpion when there's that many Vs out. If it was just against Crusaders, yeah, okay, you might make it. The StaZzz picking and choosing his fights quite nicely, but he is still losing Vs though. Tumstep stops the oil from being captured. All the technicals do go down. A10 has come through and has actually killed the safe oil. Tumstep expanded in the middle and he's expanding up in the top left. So StaZzz has given this a good go. He's ahead in XP. He has his safe oil, whereas Tumstep doesn't. But Tumstep also has this middle oil and the supply there, and these two. These are the killers, though. Because you could literally soon just leave your base. And it's only this point that matters, because there's 60k there. Is Tumstep going to be able to save this oil from Colonel Burton? I don't think so. Colonel Burton does die. But the oil is dead. And StaZzz really wants this oil down at the bottom. He is long distance collecting from the middle with his Chinooks. Doesn't have many Chinooks though, to be honest. Got one in his base and one down here. Tumstep coming through with the buggies though. He's going for the strong V first. So far no Vs are dead. Sometimes better to go for the weak ones first, because that... unless you can fire like 4 buggies without the upgrade at that, I probably would not bet a lot of money on it dying. Especially if it's like microed back. TNT comes in here for Tumstep. A V is here to defend it. Yeah, Tumstep's on an additional 3 supplies. And I know StaZzz is collecting long distance here. It doesn't really make a difference. Well, it does make a difference, but you can't compare it to 3 full supplies that Tumstep is on. And Tumstep's also on a battle bus. Chipping away at these Vs. Buggies disappear back inside of the tunnel. A load of buggies popped out once again. And the strong V goes down. Tumstep level 3, StaZzz level 4. So yeah, he's cleared the middle, StaZzz, and he will be able to long distance collect from all of those crates now, which is cool. You can also bring a dozer here and collect. He is on 2 additional oils, but the problem is he's 2 giant supplies. Tumstep heads down to the bottom right. Maybe he wanted to pick off that, or at least pick off something, but there's a load of MDs here. I haven't seen a Jean-Michel yet, which you could say is a mistake from Tumstep. Comanche is out for StaZzz. Actually, 2 Comanches. But the buggies are out, and these Vs have absolutely no chance against Tox Tunnels and buggies. Don't know if there's a Jarman out as well. I don't think so, actually, because there's Pathfinders now. Jean-Michel, as soon as he snipes anything, will just get shot instantly. So yeah, StaZzz expanding to the middle. I probably, you know, would prefer the supply built there and collect over the water. I just think that's a safer position. Going quite heavy on the Comanches, but I think Tumstep seems to be aware of it because there are quads out now as well, and plus a battle bus. A battle bus will just wreck the Comanches. Comanche's on the way. Yeah, it's expensive, to be honest. Doesn't have the rocket pods. Does have countermeasures though, which will help him in the engagement against any of this. A10 coming through again for StaZzz. Kills himself a market, which is very nice. There's 1 more market in the base, plus 1 being built up here. That 2 Comanche does make all the difference. Oh, that's a nice pick off as well. Yeah, StaZzz is really on fire this game. Okay, Tumstep decided now is the time to push out down in the bottom right. He is going to just brute force kill this oil. 5 Comanches out now for StaZzz, and he's floating 8.8k, so he's got the cash that he needs. Don't know quite how many quads out are exactly out. Buggy's now chipping away at this fire base that's been there since a while ago. Tumstep on like 2.2k of XP. But StaZzz is now coming into the base to see what he can wreck. And it turns out he'll be able to wreck some stuff, but he's also going to lose a lot of Vs in the process. The Gamma Bus is killed though. And with the Comanches flying around, and no AP ammo quads. I mean, he does have AP ammo, but sorry, he does have quads, but no AP ammo. The Comanches might be able to get on top of him here because only 2 quads are remaining. So you need to kill them quads if you can, and then just camp the production. But I think he's trying to reload. Don't know if that palace has got stuff inside of it. It does. I think that could be GG. You know, this fight needed to really go StaZzz's way. It's lost 1 Comanche. I don't know if he just lost too much there. He's building a particle back here. Comanche's been picked off. Yeah, I think that fight could have gone a little bit better for StaZzz, to be honest. Could have gone around this side of the Comanches, tried to pick off them 2 quads at the time. Maybe if he had rocket pods as well. I think he's just throwing the game. Yeah, he does have rocket pods now. I think now he's throwing the game because he's lost all of his Vs. All of the Comanches. That oil has now been picked off. He's also built another supply here, which I don't know if I necessarily agree with. Like, why do you need that one and that one? Just have one there and then additional Chinooks. This supply's only just been built and already the Chinook's getting picked off. So yeah, it's all going downhill the last few minutes for StaZzz, I'm afraid. Yeah, the buggy's just all day long, just picking off things. Tumstep's getting closer and closer to level 5.
What? Our work is complete. I will make my own path.
And StaZzz has been defeated. Yeah, to be fair, it was nice play by both. Nice hold, nice everything there from StaZzz up until kind of that last engagement. I know Tumstep was ahead economically because those two supplies in the top left, they make all of the difference. But I still think StaZzz had a good chance, you know. I think there was a possibility, maybe micro in a slightly different way, of clearing that bottom left base at that point, or at least doing significant damage and just leaving basically just the palace left and then just confiding Tumstep to that top left position. But yeah, I think that fight kind of went bad. He'd lost all of his Vs and all of the Comanches. I think there was a way to try and get on top of the anti-air because there was only like 2 quads out and there was like 4 or 5 Comanches at one point. So yeah, why did he not jump better on the anti-air? But yeah, regardless, it's a good game, and yeah, watch out for Tumstep because I think he's becoming insanely good. So yeah, GG, well played. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. If you'd like to support the channel whilst also protecting yourself online, consider getting NordVPN using my link in the description. It will hide your IP when playing Zero Hour online, either through Avora or Game Ranger, and you won't lose any internet speed. So use my link in the description for a massive discount and a 30-day money-back guarantee.